Greetings and salutations. This is Big J. It's 7 a.m. on the dot. 7 a.m. on the dot, and it's October 27th, 2024. We're almost over a week from the election. So let me go ahead and talk about this. Because see, I'm going to do a video on the cadence of SYSBM, but uh, and let me do a fair use thing real quick. Let me do fair use. Section 107 of the United States Copyright Act of 1976, saying this for educational purposes. This video is for live stream is for criticisms and so forth. So let me back. So anyway, get so now I digress back to the issue. What Mr. Curiosity formula Curious Formula, sorry. What Curious Formula said is correct in this 12-minute and 35-second video dealing with the Black Manosphere, SYSBM, Passport Bros, all of that. So let me go ahead and play uh his presentation.
So, last thing we're going to talk about the Black Manosphere and low-rent rappers have made a deal with MAGA. Yes, folks. Those of you know, I listen and look at a lot of content here. And yes, my disclaimer is there are a lot of folks on the Black Manosphere, what people call Black Manosphere, that I listen to. Some of them have some really good points about family and about men and about women and relationships and this thing about choices and kind of going back to traditional ways and values about doing certain things.
Okay, now to this point, right? Because when you have people on, a lot of these guys claim to be traditional, right? They claim to be traditional, but then they don't. But then their acts, I should say, is shame, blame, and explain. What they do is they they lacking in life. All right, they lack things in life. They lack things in and so forth. So they believe that their source of power. They believe that their source of having their issues out is always is always ends and begins with a woman. Trauma bonding about their mama or about their girlfriend, about their prom date, that's a source of power. So their uh, issues, so they're looking up to MAGA, to Trumpism, to Donald Trump as a way, since Donald Trump disrespect women, has historically did disrespect women. Donald Trump, um, when he was president, had disrespected a lot of female reporters uh, during his uh, during his time as president, uh, and he's still celebrated. So that's why a lot of these guys from these Negroes from the Manosphere, these red pill fools, still back Donald Trump based upon that, not about his policies. Let's go.
Back in election, I listened to a bunch of folks. Some of them are extremely controversial. People that you would talk to at the family table, and you all would be talking for hours upon hours about, hey, that's crazy, or she's nuts. But it at least spark real conversation. That's why I listen to them, because they bring a different perspective that I'm used to, and a perspective that I think we all should debate, discuss. My wife hates it, but I respect a lot of these particular content creators and what they stand on.
I don't respect him. I'm gonna tell you why I don't respect what they're talking about. Because shame, blame, and explain has created a culture where the only avenue to fix problems is to shame and target women they don't know about. They don't even heard of, never going to meet. Every woman is the B word. Every woman is determined to be a 304 in their words. Every woman is a shock dot. Every woman is any pejorative. You know, hell, fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Any pejorative about any towards any woman online. That sends a messy culture. That sends a message to young men. It's okay to disrespect your daughter, your niece, your mother, your grandmother, all because of he's feeling some type of way during his upbringing,
Who am I talking
and that's why I don't respect these niggas.
about specifically? Anton Daniels, O'Shea Duke Jackson. If you don't watch Celebrity Junk, you should. They're hilarious. Melody King, who's a woman who's kind of part of the Manosphere. And some people don't consider themselves part of the Manosphere, but I certainly do. MTR and the Poor Man's Podcast.
And let me remind you real quick. This is under fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act of the United States. So anyway, let's keep it moving.
All good content that I think you should listen to. And if you don't like certain parts of it, that's cool too. I think they do have something to say. But all of them have recently made videos that have been extremely critical of Democrats, and extremely not only critical, but insultingly critical of Kamala Harris. And while everybody can have their own opinions, their criticism is just really warmed over MAGA tropes and talking points. I don't know if they all have been contacted directly by the Trump campaign and are getting a little bit of thriller.
No, I do believe though that a lot of these content creators like Phil the Advice Show, who is so associated with O'Shea Duke Jackson, I believe a lot of these people. I don't know why. I don't know why he's saying this because Anton Daniels been on Dr. Phil's show. Dr. Phil is pro-Trump. Anton Daniels has been on Fox News. So have Tommy Sotomayor. So have certain people has been reached. Like Tariq Nasheed. They all been on Fox News. They've been on what's the other OAN network, which is also another conservative outlet. There's another conservative outlet, Newsmax. Tommy Sotomayor used to be on Newsmax. Newsmax is a hard right media, conservative media outlook. So the plan is fascism. They think black men, when it comes online with its SYSBM, Manosphere, the red pill, they thinking that fascism, voting for this is willing to, they willing to strip away their own power, their own freedoms, just to put black women in line.
To be the mouthpieces of the right in many ways.
And also, almost, I forgot to say this though. I forgot to say this. Phil the Advice Show and a lot of these guys are paid by the Russian government. I want y'all to know it's about Phil the Advice Show, the African Diaspora Channel, the Phil Scott Experience, the Phil Scott Podcast. Notice his link to O'Shea and look at how his channel it's red is manosphere-ish at the same time is melted with this pro-black back to Africa red ball, green ball, black ball flag waving while saying America is bad, while because America is a white country, but then you want to invite uh Russians inside of Africa. You want to invite the Chinese into Africa. So they are paid by the Russians.
Which is all I can really say that this is. But but their tropes and the things they say are just rhetorical talking points. They're not based in fact. They're not based in data. They're not based in research. They're based on government indices and reports or think tanks that actually are not weighted to the right. Now, I don't necessarily believe think tanks that are weighted to the left. I try to find third-party sources, primary sources, non-partisan sources to get my data. And a lot of
And the problem is the people who are opposed the manosphere. A lot of people. I'm gonna exclude Destiny, who y'all call the blue hair guy, Destiny, and I'm going to exclude expose the manosphere, right? I'm expose these two individuals here, right? Everybody else who are anti-manosphere, I'm gonna exclude myself too. Y'all don't bring out, oh, bill this, bill, House bill, Senate bill, X. Y'all don't bring out policies. Say, oh, well, this disproves what you're saying because of this law has been already have been passed. This bill has already been passed. It's already affecting men already. So the problem is the talking points cannot be. I remember that one time I did a video. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. I remember time I did a video to a guy named Good Bread. Whatever it's some idiot who talk about child support, right? Child support, and he always talking about, well, a certain amount of men, half the men don't know that don't know that their fathers and blah blah blah. They're paying child support for kids that's not theirs. Blah blah blah. So what I did, right? I went to a certain website. We're talking about, is this true? And I found out that it came from a 1972 study of a British professor who went to Australia in a small town. But you got black men online using this child support thing as well. 30% of men are paying child support for children they don't have, which is a false premise and a false lie. But as soon as I made that statement to Good Bread, or I forgot this fool's name, right? He gonna tell me, he came back with the whole, well, you got the white man science, you got the white man studies, but wait a minute, aren't you quoting the white man when you misinterpret the white man studies too by saying 30% of men ain't paying paying child support for kids that they don't own? You quote the same thing I'm quoting, but yet you misquoting it. See, the problem is we got to know. You know what? Let's continue.
Over MAGA tropes in the sense that they are just things that Donald Trump would say rhetorically, but never gives any background for it. So here's some things that I think that come out the most that I've written down. I hear a lot of this. Black people are on the Democratic plantation. What have we got for it? Okay? Democrats don't do anything for just black people. They're always doing stuff for everybody else. Black people just kind of helps black people, but we're not the sole beneficiaries of government policy or government legislative change. And what has Biden and Harris done for us anyway? They ain't done nothing for black people.
And the question has to be asked: what have Donald Trump have done for black people? How come when Ice Cube put out that whole 500 billion, that 500 million, was it $500 billion plan? How come Donald Trump did not take up all of Ice Cube's $500 billion plan. Because the only difference between Ice Cube's plan and Donald Trump's plan is is the is the 500 billion. Everything else, what Ice Cube asked for, wasn't even on the Donald Trump plan, the platinum plan. I'm talking about what I'm referring to. Oh, in fact, and since we own this, how come all you Negroes would like to talk about? Well, man, Donald Trump reached out to Ice Cube. Well, Kamala Harris did reach out to Ice Cube before, but the reason why Ice Cube did not want to was condemning Kamala Harris. And let me say this right now: I don't like Kamala Harris. Okay, so don't talk about you're a shield. No. Let's tell the truth. In October the 6th, 2020, Kamala Harris invited Ice Cube to be on the panel with her on Zoom. Ice Cube got mad because he wanted a one-on-one with her. But here's the thing: did Donald Trump invited Ice Cube to a one-on-one on the Zoom meeting? Or even Mike Pence, who was Trump's vice president? Do y'all ever ask these questions?
I hear all that stuff, but I think, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to answer all those in a minute here. No, I'm going to answer them right now. So whenever I hear from black commentators that black people on the Democratic plantation and what have we ever gotten for it, I always tell people you need to step back and actually examine that for what it is. Now, as a Democrat.
Hold on. I apologize, Sheila E. I apologize, Sheila E. I was see the setup of restream is different from StreamYard, so I didn't see you chatting. All right, I ain't see you chatting. So let me just do this real quick. Let me go ahead and let me see what. Yeah, I didn't see you chatting right there. So let me do this real quick. No, where's let me see. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me do this real quick because that I might need to put that. Let me see here. No. I thought you supposed. Y'all, yeah, just give me a minute. This is I ain't did this in this is a different setup. So, this is a different setup here. Yeah. I see your chat. It's just that Restream is different from StreamYard. It doesn't automatically show up. You have to press on the bottom left, the bottom right hand. So that's why I didn't see your chat. Oh, and speaking about something, I'm gonna address some slander that's been going on. But you know what? I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm gonna address that little idiot trying to come for me. Let me see. Wait a minute. Can I? No. Wait a minute. Where is the chat thing at? You're supposed to show where the chat box. You're supposed to show the chat box thing. Where's the chat box? You're supposed to show the chat box on the side because I saw that because it was over here yesterday. Anyway, let me just have the chat up here. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Yes. Yeah, there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I put there. There we go. There we go. So anyway. Hold on. She said, okay. So anyway, let me continue. So, you know who, but anyway, uh, let me get back over here real quick.
Disclaimer: who believes that there's a lot of Democratic Party needs to do, right? That they haven't done. They haven't come through on. There's a lot of deal making going on our back. There's a lot of promises that have been made and never seen through. Yeah. But I'm going to flip this on this side. And we're in bizarre.
What's going
The
on?
same question about Republicans. Now, rural, southern, low income whites in the South, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, have been voting Republican for longer than
Something's going on. I guess his Wi-Fi acting up again. But let me go ahead and say this, right? Because he was going to talk about the the Asian hate crime bill. If anybody read the hate crime bill, the Asian hate crime bill that you hear Phil the Advice show, you hear O'Shea, you hear all these fools online talking about it. If you actually read the bill, it's just saying, oh, we're going to add the 1964 Act and expanded it and add more enforcement to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. That's what it said. That's the basic what it said. It didn't say, well, we here only to protect Asians. No, it didn't. The only time though it addressed Asians is just at the title, is at the preamble. The only time they mention Asian Americans is at the preamble of the bill. It didn't say, if you read the rest of the bill, it didn't say anything about Asians. But y'all supposed to be men, right? You supposed to know. Let me go ahead and stop this. Let me go and stop. Let me stop sharing this. You supposed to know. Stop talking about the Asian hate crime bill if you have not read the Asian hate crime bill. That's why I told Phil the Advice show before he blocked me again on his other channel. I said, wait a minute, what about the 2010 defense spending bill? Well, Big J, what is the 2010 defense spending bill? Well, if you read the defense spending bill, there's a little law inside that bill. A little bill that was attached to that bill was called the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd hate crimes bill. Who is James Byrd? Oh, that's a black man. Oh yeah, okay, a black man who got dragged and killed in Jasper, Texas. Well, yeah, man, and the only thing they say is this stupid, idiotic. Well, Matt, why did they put a gay man? They're talking about Matthew Shepard here. Why did they put Matthew Shepard's name instead of in the same name first, and they put James Byrd's name second? Do y'all read? That's why I said I don't respect y'all's opinions. I don't. That's why I know we need to start changing. We need to do two things now. I'm gonna say this right now. There's two things I want to see happen. I don't care who wins, right? There's two things I want to see happen. I want the state legislatures, state. I think any time when there's a bill concerning women or a bill that concerning online activity, I hope any Senate, any House, state rep, state Senate, U.S. House, U.S. Senate, state or federal, will subpoena some of you Negroes to stay, to subpoena y'all to some of these committees so y'all can be questioned. Yes, yes. And I'm gonna say this about I'm gonna say something too. I may not like a Mary Brown. I don't. I hope he does get elected, right? I hope a Mary Brown does get elected because the one thing I want him to do is subpoena, issue out a subpoena for people like Obsidian, for people like BGS, people like Angry Man, to these committee hearings about online terrorism, violence against women. That's what I want to see happen. Now, that's why I made a hint. That's why 2 months ago I made a hint. But unlike Amiri, he anyway, that needs to happen. And the second thing that needs to happen is the education system needs to be saved. So, because black men, y'all can't sit there and vote. Y'all can't sit there and keep on saying the same things over and over again when there's facts saying otherwise, when there's information saying otherwise. Your problem with women isn't women. Your problem with women is you. That's why I keep on trying to tell y'all. Stop trying to terraform Keisha, terraform the environment. Which is that you need to educate yourself. You need to leave. You need to get up on out here and stop complaining. If we start educating, increasing education, none of y'all will be online doing this shame, blame, and explain, and blaming women for all of your problems. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I hope if a Mary Brown gets elected, I want him to subpoena next time. Since he's in the House district in Georgia, what's it called? Georgia House District 81. I hope he since a lot of you have the Manosphere enclave in Georgia. I want a subpoena. I want Obsidian and and D.O. Watts and those who follow Kevin Sanders will be subpoenaed. There's a lot, and people say, why you want them to be subpoenaed to stand before a Senate and House committee hearing because the Southern Law Poverty Center says y'all are a hate group. Because the McCain Institute says y'all are a hate group. Because Homeland Security says y'all are a hate group. That's what I want. Drag you niggas up in that house and Senate committee hearings and be drilled about y'all sexism and about y'all's doxing and about y'all harassment. And since I said that, right, don't think you black women empowerment movement and you divest movement, don't think though you're safe. Because if I was in power, I'll subpoena y'all too. Because y'all been doing some doxing and slander and harassment too. And y'all using that Negro over there to be y'all crash test dummy. Since though you want to slander people. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna enjoy it. That's all I gotta say about it. But yeah. So I'll see y'all next time. And I'm